Good morning to one and all present here on this fine morning. I, Athar Khurda, Vice Chairman of Pune Vikasa, welcome you all to this session of effective routine during exam preparatory leave. Our speaker for the day is CA Amruta Kulkarni Madam. I request CA Moshmi Shaha, Chairperson of Vikasa Pune, to give the opening remarks. Over to you, Moshmi ma'am.
A very good morning to all. Today we have this wonderful session taken by our dear CA Amruta Kulkarni Madam. And the topic that we have allotted her is the webinar on effective routine during exam preparatory leave. So I'm sure you are all preparing for your exams, and Amruta Madam would be the right person to guide you as to how do you prepare during your leaves. Let me give you a small introduction of Amruta Madam, though she doesn't need any introduction. She's the founder partner of AM Kulkarni and Company, Chartered Accountants, Pune. Her areas of practice are auditing and assurance, direct taxation, and financial advisory. She has successfully completed certificate courses on concurrent audits of banks, forensic accounting, and fraud detection. She's been elected to the Managing Committee of Pune branch of ICAI for the term 2019-22 and now 22-25. She has been the past convener of Pune West CP Study Circle of WIRC of ICAI. She mentors the aspirants to successfully complete the Chartered Accountancy course with her brainchild activity of counseling and mentoring and designing a customized study plan. She has delivered various career counseling programs at high schools and junior colleges on behalf of Pune branch of ICI and Pune branch of Vikasa. She is a motivational speaker at various forums. She has retold some of the engrossing Akbar Birbal tales and the age-old Aesop fables and pointed out the moral of the narrative, which remains as fresh as ever, that has encouraged students to tackle the problems creatively. Her paper on optimizing intelligence quotient, emotional quotient, physical quotient, and spiritual quotient was selected in top 20 best papers at the National Conference for Women CAs at Pune in the year 2016. Former visiting faculty for financial services at MBA Department, Pune University, and various other leading institutions of economics CA-CPT exams. She's actively coordinated heritage walks associated with various social groups to aid COVID widows find a job. Her motto in life is perseverance, and she believes in the line, your attitude determines your altitude. In her leisure, she enjoys watching movies, trekking, and hiking. And to add to this profile, she is a very dear friend of mine, and I look forward to listening to her. Amruta Madam, please.
Thank you, Maushmi, so much for this kind introduction. And indeed, my pleasure to be here today. Thank you, Atharva, and the entire team. Maushmi, madam, I compliment you and the entire Vikasa for taking up this important topic, how to effectively plan your preparatory leave. And it's a fantastic initiative the Vikasa always takes up, but this is a very timely scheduled event wherein exactly 50 days are left for the exam and the countdown has already started. So I welcome all the participants and the entire organizing team present here at the branch as well as virtually. And I think Atharva has to say some words. So can I start with your permission? Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. With this, why did we select this topic? Maushmi ma'am was very keen that we should address someone, I mean the students, those who are either preparing and appearing for the exams, could be for the first time, the ones who are going to write the exams maybe after multiple attempts, and few those who are yet to write the exams maybe in the November 22 attempt. While selecting this topic, what I always felt that I should always target the audience, those who have an experience of writing the CA exams, while as well as I should also consider those who haven't ever written the CA exams also. So basically, what we are going to do with, I start with a small activity. It's early morning, I know, But for everyone to start and be engrossed in this session, let's make this more interactive. So can we do a small activity of 20 minutes? I cannot see you, but then definitely I'm sure the participation, you are really very keen to make your effective preparatory leave. So maybe for 20 seconds, can I please ask you to close your eyes and just imagine yourself and visualize yourself where you're going to be in the entire next 5 years, could be 6 months, and the upcoming month. How you are going to see yourself while writing the exam. Just 20 seconds I take and ask you to just visualize yourself, imagine yourself. Can we do this, please? I cannot see the participants, but then I assume, yes, you are participating. Atharva, we start from you. Please close your eyes and imagine yourself where you're going to be in the next entire month, and after that, the 3 months result day. Imagine yourselves. Visualize. Yes. What did you see? What image was there, Atharva?
I'll start with the next month. In the next month, I'm studying pretty hard. I've converted compulsory to the new course, Intermediate Group 2, and my exams are near, just a couple of weeks ahead, and I'm studying writing day in day out. Uh, Completely, I've disconnected socialization, everything, and the day of the result, I know I've given my 100%. I know there is there are 99% chances that I'm gonna clear my exams. So I'm preparing to have a party at my place after I clear. As it was, I have taken a number of attempts. So of course it pays off. I have to go and party hard with my family. So that's what I'm seeing. And after 5 years, I'm seeing myself as a chartered accountant sitting in my office, signing few audit reports, and filing some late returns as well, as it is the season of late returns right now.
Oh. So
Thank you.
yes, study hard, party harder, and after that, enjoy the fruits in the best possible way. So Atharva, I just tell you and all your friends, those who have participated in this 20-second game, that this is something more or less same which everyone has visualized for themselves. So then maybe start assuming yourself as a professional right now. Sit into that chair, imagine sitting into that chair, and then start your focus, start your study. And in next 50 days, how do we go there? Maybe I'll just try my best to navigate you. I'll try to set a GPS for you. So whatever Atharva has said, I completely agree. Even I was in his position maybe a decade ago, and it really feels bad to go back to the exam room and write the same papers. So let's not go there again and again and finish it off here and there. For intermediate, yes, I wish you all, you go to the finals also very soon. Whatever plan you have made, don't keep it in your minds. Take a piece of paper and write the plan. Write down what you want to do your next day. Whatever plan you make for yourself, the study plan should be there on the paper. Your next day checklist should be written. Many of you all must be doing articleship. You are doing some assignments also for those who have already completed their final articleship 3 years. You all do your work and have a checklist to be filled at the end of the audit. So why don't you start your studies also in that manner? Maybe few of you are still going to the offices and are going to get only a fortnight or a month leave for exams. So whatever time you're going to have with yourself, make the best possible use of that and write down your plan on the paper for the entire month. We will do that slicing and dicing technique also. But it is very important that whatever you have it in your mind, you do it. Now, the best possible plan, you know it for yourself. For that, you have to do your own SWOT analysis. The strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and the threats for your good self, your personality, as well as for the study plan. You know what subjects you are good at. You know practical subjects will fetch you marks. Maybe if you are good in like descriptive answers, writing electives papers, the open book exam, everything you know it for your good self. take a piece of paper, find out your own SWOT. This activity is really very important before you start studying. And then coming back and wasting a day again, you might feel that why should I do it? But do this 1 hour activity definitely. Find out your own SWOT. Use those scanners, use those planners, whatever possible mark sheets you have with you. Don't get carried away with the failure. Let me be very frank. Those who are writing the exams again, remember the story of the elephant. The baby elephant was chained to a tree, and it made several attempts to go away from it. But by the time it realized that he was very weak in going and running away from that tree, and he was chained over there. After several attempts, the baby elephant gave up. Few days later, few weeks later, few months after that, the baby elephant started growing. It gathered that strength, but then it gave up his mind and he never tried again to move away from that tree. So despite of having that enough energy and strength to even plug the tree, the baby elephant had grown into a big elephant by then, but it had already lost in his own mind. So he never made an attempt in itself. So for the students, don't get carried away with your past exam results or past performances. I just say, whatever you have it for yourself, every day is a new beginning. Every attempt is a fresh attempt. Start as if you all have gathered the experience. You all have some experience about writing the exams, the checking evaluation techniques you all have gathered. Whatever comes your way, take it in a positive way. But remember one thing, while you do so, in your study plan, in your daily routine in the exam days, what everyone has in common is 24 hours. So for 24 hours division of your time slots, I would suggest, if at all you all have started with your exam leaves, start revising at least 3 to 4 subjects in a day. And while you do so, keep 3 important points in your mind. The attention span. After so many researches, it has been proven that the attention span is not more than 40 to 45 minutes for anyone. Reading the storybooks for hours together is a different thing. But when you study your exam material, the study modules, the concentration span is nothing more than 40 to 45 minutes. The next question that will come to your mind is, then we will be writing the exam for 3 hours. How do you expect the concentration to be for 3 hours in that case? So in this situation, what you have to do, when you read vision and then the revision, when you read something for the first time, the attention span, the concentration is only for 45 minutes. After 45 minutes, maybe you should take a short break of 5 to 6 minutes, go have a lemonade, come back, have a cup of tea, and then sit back, and then you can again start with your further reading. So in this way, you can divide your work into 3 to 4 subjects, maybe 2.5 hours or 3 hours for one subject. Then have a half an hour break, go have lunch, have food, maybe have a short nap, and then come back and resume with another subject. While you sequence the study subjects, what I would like to suggest, the fresh hours in which you are giving your maximum performance. Could be early morning for someone, could be late night for anyone. The body clock and biological clock is different for everyone. So you know what is the best time for you. So in that time slot, I suggest that go with the difficult subject, the subject which you don't like reading, or maybe it is very tough and complicated for your own good self. I have a favorite reading, which I had always enjoyed reading that, and that is my favorite book, Eat That Frog. Stop procrastinating. I always suggest this to my students, but this is not the time to read this storybook. But a few takeaways from this book, maybe you all can practice this in your next 50 days schedule. The subject which you don't like doing, or the ones which always have given you multiple attempts, or the ones जिसको कुछ समझ में नहीं आता है, काला अक्षर भैंस बराबर. Start your day. The best time slot to do such subjects is early morning. Then you will say, if at all I start doing this boring subject, will I not get carried away with that in my mind and पूरा दिन बोर जाएगा? बिल्कुल नहीं. If at all you start doing the toughest and difficult subject and you finish off with that time slot first, that will encourage you and boost up your morale to do your favorites later. As it is, तुमचे hook में क्या है? They will help you to boost up the morale and gain the confidence throughout the day. So start your day with maybe the toughest subject you find tough. Maybe it is difficult to score, difficult to apprehend the same. And then later on, always keep in mind that you should have a combination of practical and descriptive subjects. While you study theoretical throughout the day, it will be bit boring. So after a descriptive paper, theoretical subject, maybe you can do some number crunching. While doing number crunching, don't do it in your minds. Take a pen and paper in your hand. Preferably, the A4 size of answer sheet is there in the exams. So maybe try practicing solving the sums in that A4 sheet. Why so? Because that will already give you an orientation how much lines would be required for doing this working note. Ye account mein, descriptive paper mein, how many points. So orientation of that exam answer sheet, you can gain that. And at the same time, while you solve the problems, maybe your brain, eye and hand coordination will help you gear up and write the exams and complete the paper in a speedy way and accurately. This is SMS generation. Everyone uses smartphones and maybe give answers virtually over the emails. So your typing speed is definitely best. Usme koi beat hi nahi hai. But still, remember one thing, your exam is still in paper pen mode. So completing the paper accurately in 3 hours is very crucial. And the only medium of communication between the examiner and you is the answer sheet. So through the answer sheet, you have to convey and convince to him that you have studied well. So if at all you know everything and you are not able to write the paper in time, complete the paper in time, all your efforts will go waste. So I suggest the exam hours. You all know that exam is from 2 to 5. So during those time slots, start practicing the numericals, the problems. Solve the problems, maybe scribble. Directly accounts and lines and presentations will not be taken into consideration in your practice sessions, but your brain, eye, hand coordination should be maximum. Set your biological body clock so that the 2 to 5 time slot you are the most active and your brain is trained well to write the paper in an effective way. Whatever you do, you stay back late night or maybe you rise up early, keep in mind, you have to be alert during 2 to 5. You have to set your body clock accordingly. Your mind should be fresh. So after all, you have to only complete your paper accurately is not the thing. Many other things are related to it and get attached to it. So hamesha, if at all you have 1 to 2 nap or 1 te 4 झोप काट ली, so it will not help you because during the exam days, again, you will be sleepy during that time slot. So I suggest that try to be awake and more performing during 2 to 5. That will help you. So 45 minutes ke baad break lena hai. After that, you have to be most alert and set your body clock and train your brain to be alert. Writing speed improve karna hai during 2 to 5. And most importantly, whatever you do, you revise the same in next 24 hours. Like for example, today I have done assignment problem of QT, and then tomorrow I revise all the steps. Then I will be able to memorize or recollect the same steps at least 70 to 80%. But if at all I complete that assignment topic and revise the same the day before exam, I tend to forget at least 60% of it. So just see, if at all I revise it in 24 hours, maybe you will retain at least 80% of it. But if you don't do it the same next 24 hours, you will forget 60% of it. Before exams, you will be like bit disturbed and pressurized, and I am not able to recollect. And that will lower down your morale. You will tend to feel nervous and itna padhai kiya hai, kuch bhi yaad nahi aa raha hai, ye feeling mein you will get into that vicious circle. So 3 important tips. 24 hours में revise करो मतलब पूरा का पूरा मत पढ़ो. only the important pointers, the mnemonic codes, or could be the diagrams, the flow charts, which you scribble while you are reading for the first time, making your own notes. So that has to be done within 24 hours. After that, 45 minutes ke baad ka break, and these 3 tips, if at all you follow, these are the basic study techniques which everyone must be telling you, but you start practicing. I tell from my own experience that this has really helped me a lot. While you do so, many a times you tend to like don't give attention or pay attention to your physical fitness. Bas 50 din padhai karte hain, and on the 51st day you start feeling fatigued, or maybe you are exhausted and the body doesn't support you. So in that case, maybe can we do one small activity every day? Maybe we can find out 20 to 30 minutes for yourself. Practice yoga, do surya namaskar, go run, jog, do whatever physical activity you can, sweat it out. That is a stress buster, and also that will help you stay fit during exam leaves. So maybe while you're doing this studies, preparing for exams, paying attention to your physical fitness, you will say that I will not get enough time for my preparations. But this 30 minutes is an investment for you to perform better in your exam days. Some activity which is unproductive, like checking WhatsApp, checking Insta, going and sharing posts on WhatsApp, this is Facebook, this will eat up your time. And is it really important for you to do so during the exam days? I say no. Maybe you can detach and detox from social media for 1 hour a week, 1 hour a day, and trust, it is not going to give you any type of entertainment, but it will only and only eat up your time and also give you unnecessary tensions. So try to stay away from social media, because kitne WhatsApp pe messages aaye, how many likes you got on a Facebook post, how many comments you get on your Insta, makes unnecessary time waste. And I feel that if you stay away from that, that will not harm you, but definitely it will benefit you. Definitely, I can see few Q&A. I will try to take those questions also, and I feel that they are relevant, and getting the questions makes me confident that yes, everyone is hearing this session. One thing I would like to tell you, while you are doing the study plan, there will be few tough days. Maybe you will not be able to cope up with your 2 days sessions because of some personal emergencies, some things happening simultaneously. Trust me, don't think over that. Get away from it. आज मेरा पढ़ाई नहीं हुआ, इसका आप फिक्र कल मत कैरी ओवर करो. Every day is a new day. If at all you're not able to do studies for one slot, half a day, don't think about it in your remaining time slots. Come out of it. सुबह मैंने सी लॉ का पढ़ाई. I used to schedule my these things. In the morning I used to do law, followed by one numericals accounts. Then I used to do again FM problems, solving and scribbling, and then used to be my favorite audit. So the combination of subjects which I always selected, one was a practical and one was a theoretical, and audit is always the most practical. You all say it is descriptive, but it is most practical. Likewise, study group wise, but in situations maybe you will not be able to wake up early. C law ka session nahi hua, theek hai, that is okay. Start with your account session. Maybe you will have to skip your FM session. That's okay. One day it is okay. You do 2 sessions, you skip the third, do the fourth one, and the next day cope up with whatever you have left behind. So don't get carried away ki mera second session nahi hua in the third session. That will eat up your day. The next day, the entire week, and the entire month, you will start worrying, and that will go on piling, and it will add more and more to your procrastination. So if at all you have any tough subjects, select that first. In those tough subjects also, maybe you can give the preferences to the most toughest topics which you find difficult, because keeping those topics till end, it will not give you most confidence, because the easiest topics you will do, they are either ways going to be fetching you marks. But what about those tough topics? So start with those first. Do an 80-20 analysis. So 20% of the topics in your study content give you 80% of the marks. So analyze which are those topics. in which you have your strengths, in which you find that you should seek some guidance from your seniors. And after all, you still have 50 days in your hand. You can write the mock tests. Institute always has those mock tests arranged for all levels of exams. Remember, mock test is like a net practice. Rangit Tali mein, maybe people feel that mock test, I am not well prepared. Fair enough, you should not score good in mock test, but keep in mind, while writing the mock test, you give a practice maybe to the recollection, maybe to the writing speed, and you get an flavor as to what focus you should be giving to which topics, maybe which subjects. So always it is suggested that you have a mock test that will not only encourage you, if at all you take it in positive way, it will also help you to plan your schedule during exam days. We have an alternate day exam. So how you should prepare yourself after you come back home at 5 o'clock, 5:30 or 6:30, when you come back from your paper, you have that entire half day, the next full day, and the half day before your exam. So target that 1.5 days before your exam, what should be the sequence of topics, and accordingly prepare yourself in 50 days. Don't try to do new topics in that 1.5 days, but try to cover maximum syllabus. And how can this be possible? It will help you do that 80-20 analysis sabse pehle. And after that, when you write a mock test, you will know as what is your retention and what is the level and speed with which you write. So that will help you improve in next 15 days. While you do so, I suggest that you can sit in a library, a study room, not because that you don't have enough space at your home or hostel, but when you see others also studying, don't compare. But when you see the others are also studying, that will help you to get your problems solved with themselves. Could be that you all can discuss few case studies. That is a big stress buster also. Instead of discussing some other gossip, maybe you can discuss some good case studies with the friends in the library. And most important, at home you study in the sofa, maybe with your furry pets in your hand, and when you write the exam, that posture also is very much uncomfortable to you. So have that habit of sitting in that exam conditions, table and chair on the desk, and accordingly आपके body को वो posture के भी आदत डाल दो. That will really help you. So sitting on sofa and lying on the bed and reading the storybook is a different thing, but preparing for the exams, जैसे मैंने first 20 minutes activities we had taken, that imagine yourself what you're doing, assume that position, assume that you are already there, and start preparing. That will take not more time of yours, but that will form an habit. And it is very well known thing that anything to become your habit, it takes only 21 days. And do we have 21 days? Definitely, we have 50 days in our hand. So to make any activity your habit, you should do it consistently for 21 days, which we already can do it for yourself. But remember one thing, while you do so, keep this routine a regular activity. आज 4 sessions किए और कल ही एक ही किया will not happen. And while you pace up, while you gear up, keep in mind that it will not be possible that you will do 4 sessions in one day itself. But at least give it a try. And once you start, once you think that you can do 2-3 subjects comfortably, don't forget to give a thought to what is expected by the examiners. So पहले revision के बारे में मत सोचो. First do the vision and then comes the revision. आप क्रिकेट की मैच देखने के बाद what you do, you go and watch the highlights also at the night. Exactly. While you study for the entire day, go and revise the entire topic which you have subject which you have studied for 3 years in maybe just 20 minutes. So that remains in your mind for a longer period. That pictorial memory, that really helps you a lot while you're writing the paper. So always imagine what is best for you, assume that, and start working and do it consistently. I think that it is very much possible. I have tried it for myself. It is not easy to say. It is difficult to practice. But once you practice, that becomes your habit. And that's really very much important, that the consistency, Maushmi madam introduced that. I always say that the attitude determines your altitude. Yes, whenever you enter your library or go to your exam hall, go with that confidence, go with that positive attitude. That will definitely help you a lot. So when you start with any of the topic or do any studies, I suggest that whatever study material you have done in the regular studies throughout the year, maybe last 6 months, don't switch on or switch off with the study materials just because someone has suggested and just because it is trending with the library friends or maybe your batchmates. Whatever you are going to study, remember the acts, the laws, the sections, they all remain the same. It's just the presentation style of each and every author. So don't switch with the study materials because someone has told you. It is going to be the same. Whatever topic notes you have prepared for yourself, the charts which you have prepared for yourself, keep those handy whenever you are having some 5-10 minutes free time. Instead of reading the comics, maybe you can go through them. That will help you a lot. And also remember one thing I had told, that while writing, scribbling or solving the problems in that 2 to 5 time slot, do it or try to do it on the A4 size of paper, because your answer book is A4 size. That will give an idea. Example leti hu, while solving the consolidation problems and holding account sums, what happens? You make a consolidated P&L balance sheet. You make the working notes, shareholding pattern, the pre and post acquisition profits, the goodwill, capital reserve, everything. You scribble in your rough notebook, maybe a chit of the paper. But when you present it in the exam, short note, the working notes, you see, if at all you write that in the same sequence and make a habit, definitely you know that for these many adjustments, for this size of paper, this is not enough. So you scratch it during the exam and try to write it again on the next page. So that wastes your time and the time management in the exam goes wrong. So while you are planning your study itself, try to practice and scribble on that same size of paper with the same pen. ये 5 रुपए के पेन से practice करते हो और exam लिखते हुए, what you do, the gifted pen by your principal or that heavy signing pens, you write the exam with that. No, the pen with which you are going to write the paper, try to practice it in that only. The flow, the weight, all things matter. These are very small and petty things, but this actually helps you to effectively manage the time. The calculators, use those simple calculators which are allowed in your exams, and don't use a smartphones, the calculation app, because in exams you're not going to carry your phones there with you. So whatever stationery is allowed, whatever stationery is permitted, start practicing the same. So that will actually help you. And digital detox, the social media detox, which Atharva also said, every day, keep in mind, not less than, if at all you save 1.5 hour, maybe you can sleep extra half hour or maybe 1 hour. That will give you rest. Your technology time, the technology slavery, which is increasing day by day, it is not going to help you by any ways, but only eat up your time. So detox and get rid of all the social media apps. Keep only those apps which are going to be of help. Don't compare or discuss your study levels with anybody. Not that they will criticize you or tell you something wrong, but you are going to only waste your time. WhatsApp chat पे कितना किसका हुआ, don't take a review. The examiner is already going to give you marks. So try to prepare best for your paper in the best way. If at all you put an alarm for 5 o'clock in the morning, you should start your day at 5 o'clock in the morning. Many a times, including me, what I used to do, I used to snooze for 10 minutes. After that 10 minutes, your mind is your best friend, and at the same time, it's your worst enemy also. It always plays a mischief on you. If you want to wake up at 5, you should set an alarm at 5. But if the moment it beeps for the first time, what comes to your mind? अरे यार, कल तो मैं 12 बजे तक पढ़ा हूँ. Why should I wake up at 5? I'll wake up at 6 instead. So I should have 6 hours enough sleep. Fair enough, then set up an alarm at 6. The first defeat for yourself is by the mind for the day when it starts. You will start your day at 5 only and only when you are confident that you have had enough sleep. But if at all you snooze it and start your day at maybe 6:37, then what's the use of setting at alarm at 5? So whatever you do, don't cheat yourself. The mind plays the mischief on yourself. Whatever sleep enough is required, please do that. Practice yoga nidra, maybe the power naps you should take. I will never say that compromise on your sleep. Enough sleep for 8 to minimum 8 hours is required, 7 for few. But if at all you stretch yourself in the exams, definitely you will be fatigued during your exam days, and 2 to 5 slot is very crucial every day if you are not fresh in that mind. So to form a habit, study your routine, do your study plan regularly. That will be your habit, and the routine which you will practice for next 21 days will definitely help you for that. To say this, it is very easy. As I said, write the plan on a piece of paper, put it in front of you. The next day chapters, the next day sums and topics which you are going to do, plan it a day in advance, so that आज क्या करूं ये सोचने में you will not waste any time. The executives, the highly successful managers and professionals also do the same. They detach, and first thing, keep in mind, whatever you do it with a positive attitude, so that will help you. Do that confidently, but keep one important point in mind. Whatever you're going to do, don't cheat yourself. You can fool others, but you cannot cheat yourself. Whatever the study review you take daily basis, you know what is your strength, what is your weakness, where you have to focus. Don't only focus on the chapters which you like doing. What is expected in the exams, you have to focus more on that also, and convince the examiner that you have studied well. Only writing the selective answers will not fetch. Out marks तो आपको कभी भी नहीं मिलेंगे. Maybe Maushmi madam will take up some other session, arrange होगा आपके लिए, wherein topic wise preparation का भी we can think of. But this is overall मोटा मोटा, wherein you can plan your day effectively, the few pointers, the do's, the don'ts. So after this session, at least you know the 3 do's and 3 don'ts. So if at all you work and focus on that, that will also be of great help to you. So with all this in mind, maybe we can do more of interaction, and I can see few questions in the Q&A. So how to study law, various acts, sections and subsections. So any book is always written in a logical sequence. Don't hop to directly the director's topic, or maybe contract act में directly special contract पढ़ने के लिए जाओ. Do it in a logical sequence. Any book is written in a logical sequence. So start with that first. Know the topic of interpretation of statutes, and then you start studying law. So that will help you write the answers in a better way. Interpretation of statutes is only looked up as on a 5 to 6 marks weightage ka topic, but that topic, if studied well, will help you grasp the intricacies of every subject. So in that way, the Bare Act is definitely imperative. The handbooks are also available, and the practice material. The language that is expected in the exam papers is the language which is there in your module. The modules are very much available with you, and the Bare Acts will definitely help you know the sections in depth. So that was the answer to the question which Vivek has asked. He also wants to know, marking on question paper with pencil for important points is allowed? Definitely it is not allowed. You cannot write anything except your roll number on the question paper. You can write the last page of your answer book as a rough paper, jot down the important pointers, but don't ever write anything on any question paper. It is not allowed. Then I can see a few questions in the Q&A tab. How to avoid distraction? So that's a very, very important thing. You have to imagine yourself what you have to do. You have to focus on your plan. And the moment some distraction comes to you, cut off that thought process. If at all you are distracted sitting at one place, move away from that place. If some ideas, or if some interesting positive thoughts you have, some books you have, you can read those books. Maybe you can listen to your favorite music tracks, go dance, run, do whatever. But the moment you start feeling low, keep in mind close your book and go away and come back only and only when you are feeling positive and when you are motivated. बस सेशन में बैठना है, इसकी वजह से बुक खोल के बैठने में कोई पॉइंट नहीं है. इट इज cheating and fooling yourself and wasting your time. So if at all you're feeling low, you're getting tensed, yes, but then there should be limitations for this activity also. Otherwise, ma'am ne bola hai you can run away and you only do that, that will not help you. At times you get pressurized, at times the tension piles up. Yeah, that's okay and that's fine, that's perfectly a normal sign. In that situation, maybe you can sleep for an hour, go have a cup of tea, come back and then start with your studies. But any distractions, don't get carried away and don't think over it. Overthinking eats up a lot of time and subsequently that affects your other performances also. Blue, what is this question? Black pen or blue pen is better to write in answer book. Black ball pen is suggested. So that's up to you. Ink pen hai, gel pen hai, ball pen hai, whatever you are comfortable, use to read the instructions. Don't overlook them. Many a times it is written that color pens are not allowed, but students write answers in color pens, markers. No, read the instructions. They are very much printed on your admit card. Take some time, invest 20 minutes to read those instructions. नहीं तो बाद में पेपर लिखने के बाद you come out of the exam hall and I think ये वो गलत है, बराबर है, you waste a time and then affects the next paper also. Sorry, I cannot. How to study during articleship having office timing from 10 to 7:30 p.m. and sports for 2 hours, and in season or outstations 10-11:30 p.m. Still 2-3 hours are there for studies, but mind doesn't support. So who says the mind doesn't support? It's the mind that is cheating you and signaling you that I am not supporting you. You force your mind that I want to work, the mind will definitely help you. It's your biggest friend and biggest enemy also. So uske saath dosti kar lo, it will help you. Yeah. How to study audit and EIS SM. Most of the students suggest to ratta these subjects. Please guide on this. No. Audit you cannot pit pat. It is not a subject wherein you can pit pat and write the answers. It is not possible. Audit is the most practical subject in our entire curriculum, which I would say. So whatever Companies Act, the accounting standards, the practical issues you handle during your articleship. Audit paper has a blend of all these. So you cannot pit pat and write the answers. The case studies actually examine and conveys to the examiner how seriously you're taking your practical training also. Meditation will help to relax. Yes, the yoga nidra, the meditation, the surya namaskar, the pranayam, that will definitely give you mental and physical fitness. Can articleship is done? No, this is, sorry, so you mean to say how do you tweak your studies during the articleship? I didn't get this question. Yeah, and one more point I wanted to say, that the professional ethics in your audit paper are only looked up as a 20-mark weightage topic, 16 marks weightage topic. I suggest that if you look at only as a topic to be studied, that will not be of great help during your professional lives also. So professional ethics, the code of conduct should be read regularly. I suggest that maybe one accounting standard, one standard on auditing, and one section of ethics daily dose, the capsule will definitely help you. And regularly you will be revising and touch basing those topics. So for writing the audit paper, that will help you more. Not allowed to. Acha, that was a question to the earlier.
Articleship, he asked whether articleship we can complete after CA final.
So if you're in your exam leave currently and the remaining articleship is there, I didn't get the question. Is it relevant to this topic, like effective study plan? Or it was a generalized question? I didn't get it. Okay, so that was some clarification the student wanted to seek. I hope he has sought his reply. Thank you, Rajesh sir. Focus on your physical fitness. I'm repeating again and again. Post pandemic, the situation is that everyone has gained a lot of weight. So your physical fitness will definitely help you concentrate on your studies, and also have good food, good diet, and sleep for like 7-8 hours daily, and have a short nap of 20 minutes in between. But don't ever sleep between 2 to 5, because that is your paper timing. How do I avoid negativity while studying? So now that can only be practiced. The positive attitude cannot be like a magical wand that can be helping you to have that positive attitude. Anytime you feel low, you get negative thoughts, do some meditation, practice some yoga, read good books, motivational sessions, speak up your problem to your mentor, maybe your sisters, brothers, maybe your good friends. Any point or any thoughts that give you negativity, speak it out. Don't keep it in your mind. Maybe that will also release the tension. So yes, I think I have covered majority of the tips and techniques to improve your performance in short time of span. The 80-20 rule will also help you give a preference to the topics which you select first. And keep in mind that every attempt is a fresh attempt. Don't get carried away by your past results. Past is past, today is present. So make the most and best use of it. Many a times the students compare their own results, or maybe feel depressed or frustrated after the mock tests, and that hampers and that affects their final performances. So take the mock tests definitely, but don't get carried away. Look up to it as only a point for improvement and further progress. So definitely writing a mock test, main exams में flunk होने से better है you write a test and then you improve yourself. Have that Kaizen theory always. Improve your performances. The past performance should be better than the other performance, and it all starts in your mind. So train your brain that whatever you're going to do, you will do your best. Talk to yourself. The self and inner dialogue is very important and imperative. Just your day starts with the snooze, don't use that snooze button. If you're not able to wake up at 5, maybe at 5:30 or 6, put the alarm to that, but don't get defeated by your own mind. So have that self talk, that is very important. And whenever you get carried away with negativity, don't only keep the book in hand and start just reading the lines without getting anything in the head. You can have a break, listen to your favorite music tracks, and then you can come back. But don't waste your time on social media. Instead, you can go and have some activity that will give you physical fitness. So solving mock tests before few days exams is effective. Yes, it is very effective. And evaluation and the tips which the examiners will give you, they will help you to perform and present your answers more effectively. Many a times it happens that in the mock test, you directly write the answer. Maybe the evaluator will tell you that the steps also carries equal marks. How you derive that answer, the examiner will get convinced that maybe the calculation wrong here and there, they can understand, but the way in which you derive the answer is very much important. So that has to be convinced. And then in mock test, definitely the examiner will tell you how adjustments have to be explained, any working notes, any specific explanatory notes which you will be doing, the assumptions which you make while solving any problems, they are all very relevant. And the mock test will definitely give that model answer also. So that model answer should be referred to. The exam department of our institute has also released various model and suggested answers. Go through them. The practice manuals are very relevant and important. The papers of law, maybe ISKA, expect the technical language. So Pit-patting will not help you, but regular reading will help you think in that language. One important point which I missed, but definitely I will never forget mentioning, that the students, those who come from vernacular medium, they always have that fear in mind, mera English weak hai, I will not be able to write my answers confidently, effectively, or descriptives mein I am weak. No, for practicing and overcoming that fear of vernac language or vernac medium, I suggest one thing: the language in which you think, you speak it fluently. So start thinking in that way. Any question, when you solve the practical problems, it is not an issue. But while you write the descriptive answers, especially for audit, the case studies in law, the language in which you think, that will help you give you confidence to communicate. So start reading, use a good dictionary, write the meaning in pencil over there in the module book itself. आपकी book है. Write the meaning in Marathi. शब्द कळला नाही तर ते पूर्ण पॅराग्राफ कळणार नाही. द एंटायर टॉपिक तुमचा त्याच्यामध्येच निघून जाणार आणि मग त्या विषयाची अननेसेसरीली भीती निर्माण होणार. अवघड शब्द, पहिल्यांदा आलेले शब्द अधोरेखित करा, डिक्शनरीने तिथे मिनिंग लिहून ठेवा. तुम्हाला ज्या वेळेला त्या शब्दाचा अर्थ कळेल त्या वेळेला तुम्ही त्या शब्दांनी आणि त्या वाक्यांनी एक्सप्रेस करू शकाल. सो नेव्हर have that fear of writing anything in English because you have not got any confidence or speaking vagara. It doesn't matter. If at all you want, you can use a good dictionary. What should be our ideal time to go to bed? I suggest 10 to 6 or 10 to 5 is a good sleep. After 10:30 maybe you can revise whatever you have done throughout the day, and early to bed, early to rise. It's an old saying, so I suggest that maybe you can start your day the next day in 5. So before that 6 to 7 or maybe even 8 hours sleep is required. So up to 10:30 it is a good time. Maybe there are some nocturnals like me. I used to study late night, but then that never helped me a lot because my paper used to be from 8 to 11 in the morning. Later on it got shifted to 2 to 5. So it's your personal thing, your body personal clock is different from others, so don't compare. I feel, but a good sound sleep for 8 hours in the night from maybe 10-11 is a good time. Can we sleep in 2 phases? 2 phases for 4 hours, I assume. तो 16 hours का तो sleep ही हो जाएगा. Yes, 4 minutes more. Atharva, do you have any queries? 10 to 4 in the afternoon? No, sir, because your exam is from 2 to 5. Your habit of 1 te 4 Punekar will not help you because that will be your habit and your brain will not give you signals and you will not be able to write your paper confidently because you will be sleepy. You will feel sleepy during your exam hours. So definitely it is a complete no to sleep during 2 to 5. I suggest 1 to 5 you should be the most alert. AM 10 to 4. No. Yes, Atharva. Any other questions?
Yes, ma'am. There are a few questions. One in the chat box by Deepal Shah. The student is asking whether 50 days are enough for intergroup 2.
Yeah. If you are determined for yourself, definitely it is enough.
And there's another question in Q&A. The student is asking, listening music can disturb one from studying.
So it's your personal taste. If at all you get motivated, if you get energized listening to music, you do it. If it is disturbing you, don't do it. Maybe you have a swim, go jog, do whatever. Compulsory to nahi hai.
And
for the one who had asked that 50 days question, my own experience of clear, see, this is not to be quoted otherwise, but let me tell you, if at all you are thinking 50 days में ये करना है, 5 days में ये नहीं होगा, पहले ही determine मत करो ऐसा कुछ. Don't be judgmental. At least give it a try. And 50 days are actually enough if at all you do and give it with your 100% positive attitude. Optimism is always helpful. Say it to your mind, I will try my best, I will do my best, and give it a try. Maybe you will definitely succeed, and not maybe, you will definitely succeed if you are 100% determined to do so. Any other questions? Did I miss out any question?
There is a student asking, does institute provide any other material other than the modules?
Practice manuals. That includes a compilation of the past exam questions and the model answers which are expected. And apart from this, I suggest that whatever topic you do, you have a small flow chart or diagrams or the mnemonic codes developed for yourself. So that will help you revise it. वो रात का जो highlights है 20 minutes वाला after the full day study, that will help you in that. And the day, 1.5 days before writing the actual exams. So it will become easy for you to revise the entire syllabus, the curriculum in maybe 1.5 days. So that can be self-developed. You can have it for own self. Maybe you can have a small notebook of formulae, which you can keep on revising. And one suggestion or maybe one trick which we used to do the professional ethics. The professional ethics are divided into schedules, parts, and clauses. So the entire schedule is divided into parts, and that each part has some sub clauses. This is for the final exam students. Maybe you can do one clause of one part of one schedule Delhi, so that will cover the entire ethics, and that will have a chart. You can do it in a chart way, and you can very well group it in the clauses which are applicable for the members in practice, for the members in industry and practice, for the members at large. So that way you can do. It is your own way to keep the things in mind and do it in a methodical way. So that will help you to revise the entire content maybe 1.5 days before the exam. Whatever you do in the entire 50 days time slot, you have to revise it. But revising it only day before exam will not help you. So daily 24 hours maybe jo small revisions hai, that is very crucial. Don't skip on that.
Ma'am, there are a couple of questions student might be would like to know about it. First is how to start studying from day one, because one cannot start studying from day one for 8 to 10 hours. So how to start with that schedule, like day one, day two?
The most important thing, keep it for yourself, that decide it for yourself and keep in your mind that I have to study. Sitting in a chair for 8 to 10 hours is a different issue. But if you're determined to do so in day one, for the first day, maybe you can do it for 5 to 6 hours with full concentration. And hence, I told you that slicing and dicing technique, where the entire syllabus cannot be read like a study book. So divide your 40, after 45 minutes, take a short break. And then you come back and resume. The energy levels will increase, and that you will not get tired and exhausted. So small 5 to 10 minutes break after 45 minutes will definitely help you. So 8 to 10 hours effective studies will you can do it maybe after a week. But after 45 minutes, 5-10 minutes break, coming back after 45, this will help you maybe in bits and pieces, slicing and dicing. You will practice this, but never say that first day se padhai nahi hogi. Always start your day with your zero based budgeting humne padha hai. So start from the scratch and do it with that full enthusiasm and determination. It is very much possible, but stay away from social media, the distractions, then only you can focus.
Ma'am, another question that might come up in one's head is, you said that physical fitness is necessary while studying.
Yeah.
Now the question arises, how much time can we spare for physical fitness? Like there are a few people who go to gym, they gym for 1 or 1.5 hours or even half an hour, or should it be reduced or should it be increased? That is the question students might be coming up with.
So gymming for maybe 1.5 hours is to make your body, to prepare yourself for something. In exam days, we have to stay fit. That should be our focus. So for staying fitness, whatever is required, staying fit, whatever is required, maybe your coach will guide you with that. But extensively working out in gym will exhaust you, and then you will go to sleep after you come home. So fitness के लिए जितना basic necessary है, you can do that. Maybe half an hour swimming is also effective, as against 20 minutes brisk walking is important. That is going to be as per your own fitness levels. But don't do it exhaustively and stretch and exhaust yourself, because coming home and sleeping, because office भी तो नहीं है ना, अभी exam leave चालू हो गई है, तो then that will eat up your time and फिर बस body बनेगी, exam के लिए prepare कब करोगे. But don't overlook it. Maybe half an hour or 40 minutes is okay.
There is a question in the chat box, ma'am. Can I take it up?
Yeah, please.
Ma'am, before exam, one should solve only mock test or revise the whole book? Is the question.
That depends on your individual level of preparation. But how can you know exactly the level of preparation? So the mock test is imperative, but at the same time, prepare the entire syllabus, revise the entire syllabus. Keep one thing in mind: the syllabus is so vast at all levels, foundation, inter, and final, that it is not possible to cover entire thing. It is a well-known fact that we have so much to do in so little time, but managing it in a methodical way is a trip, but then revise from own summary notes. So that is also very important. Revision and writing mock test, try to cover at least 80-85%, and then that will help you. 100% preparation nahi hua and isliye mock test nahi diya, this should not be the case. Whatever level of preparation you have made, write the mock test in that only. Hope I have clarified on the percentage level.
Ma'am, can we take one more question?
Sure.
There's a question. Can you please give some special tips for articles who are about to start the season? Bank audit season is arriving, and the office working hours will be very hectic. So how to manage the studies, because they don't want to miss out the studies. The attempt is also just 50 days apart.
Yeah.
So how to start preparing and how to make out time for studying
In this
after the
situation,
exhausting day?
yeah, true. So bank audit season will be there, say up to 11th or 12th of April. And that will start, say, from 4th of April. And your principal must have committed to give the exam leave only after that. Even I had done so during my articleship, the last year of articleship. I had served till 15th of April, and then I had written my exam. But before that, my principal sir was very kind enough to grant me 10-15 days in the March. Then I went on leave, then I came back again, and then I served my articleship. In that situation, I have been through the same, where the study material, when you read for the first time, you must have taken your own notes, you must have prepared your formula books, you have the practice manuals. So the studies which you do during your office hours, maybe 3 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the night, 5 hours you will be getting. It will not be possible for you to do 4 subjects in a day, but at least 2 to 3 subjects you do, and try to cover and revise those pointers, the mnemonic codes, the handwritten notes, something that you have scribbled during your past 6 months or the full year. That can be done. There are very important and relevant videos on our ICI website also for quick revisions by the Digital Learning Hub. The learned faculties have put up their videos. Maybe you can view them during your conveyance, or maybe अगर आप travel कर रहे हो तो उसमें भी आप पढ़ सकते हो. But don't stretch yourself, because after the audit season, when you will go on leave, you will feel that I am already exhausted and fatigued. So 2-3 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the night will help you with those small formula books and the pointers which you have prepared during your extensive studies. Don't give that excuse that I am going to audit and hence I should not study, or maybe I'll study only after I go on exam leave. That should not be the case. Your routine should have at least 5 hours study plan when you are going to your offices. So with that, do we see any other questions, Rajesh sir, Maushmi madam, or should we conclude? I have exceeded 7 minutes, but the question answers were so interesting that I couldn't resist chit-chatting with my future colleagues.
The lecture was so interesting and so inspiring that we didn't have a look at the time actually.
Neither did I. Sorry if I have override.
Finding a lot of value addition to the students as well. And it was a fantastic session. I'm sure the students must have taken a lot of things from this, right from how to plan studies, when to sleep, when to get up, how to focus. A lot of things have been covered by madam. Thank you so much, madam. A wonderful, wonderful session. I'm sure all the students are inspired and they'll plan their studies accordingly. And you all will be through your exams because of the guidance which madam has given us. I now request the Vice Chairman of Vikasa, Pune branch, to hand over a small token of appreciation to Amruta madam. Atharva, are you there?
Yes,
Before that, I wish all the students all the very best. May you all come up with flying colors, and we look up to you as our future professional colleagues, and write your exams confidently. Any point of time you have any doubts, queries, you feel free to reach out to any one of us here at Pune branch, Mosmi ma'am, her entire team of volunteers at Vikasa. Rajesh sir is always there. We all are a phone call away for any guidance or maybe any issues you come up during your exam days also. So I wish you all the very best. Go with full confidence, and I wish you all the success. Thank you so much, Maushmi and Rajesh and Atharva.
Thank you so much, madam.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for this. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Amruta madam was kind enough to immediately say yes when I asked to her to deliver a lecture on this topic. And in spite of a busy schedule, she took out time and addressed all the students here. I'm very thankful to Amruta madam.
Thank you. Pleasure was mine. Thank you.
And thank you, Rajesh sir, as well. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, madam, for sharing link. Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Good.